I would encourage you to rule out any allergies first and intolerances. If you do that and let it be via contact testing, which is patch testing in other words, or hair follicle testing to identify intolerances, then please by all means do that first. Once you know and you eliminate those things out of the diet, you should start to see some improvement. Hey guys, welcome back to Healing with AJ. If you're new here, welcome. We are going to be talking about every single thing, eczema and TSW, and basically AJ's journey. And I hope that if another parent is seeing this, or if you know another parent that is struggling with eczema and management of eczema or topical steroid withdrawal, then please share our channel, and I hope that I can help. Comment down below if you have any questions, or if there's any questions you may have that you would like me to answer. So I think this is one of the most anticipated videos that I've had to record. Something happened with my camera memory card, waiting for a new one, so I have to use my iPhone and let's see how that goes. Anyway, one of the most anticipated, one of the things that I am so much asked about is creams. Guys, creams. But please, if you haven't learned anything from me by now, I want you to learn this. Creams are not the solution, okay? Creams are just supposed to help you just moisturize the skin if you are big on moisturizing, which is something very I would say it's a trauma response, because I think when you are looking at the eczema, you think that applying something topically will aid with that. However, like I said in my first ever video, I would encourage you to rule out any allergies first and intolerances. If you do that and let it be via contact testing, which is patch testing in other words, or hair follicle testing to identify intolerances, then please by all means do that first. Once you know and you eliminate those things out of the diet, you should start to see some improvement. Let that be inflammation in the skin, or that would also be that, you know, the inflammation in the skin, the redness that you may see, the constant itching. You should start to see an improvement in that once you start eliminating things out of the diet. So let's move on to creams. I know everybody's like, what have you used? I have used various things, guys. Creams, when it comes to eczema, I feel like it should be a case by case. You are going to try so many different things until you find what works for you, especially if you're big on applying cream to the skin. The other thing that I would say is that creams is probably not for every single person, and that's one thing that I learned along the way. And when it comes to creams, I think you have to understand, you know, the lotions or the creams or the moisturizers, the ointments, you have to understand that. So I want you to not take every single thing that I'm going to say as Bible. Again, you can always, like I say, consult with your dermatologists, allergists, doctors, whoever's involved in your child's care, to make sure that if you haven't tried something that I may recommend, then by all means, so do seek guidance after you see this video, if you come across these videos. But I will start with obviously highlighting the steroids that we have used in the past. And I hope this is focusing as well as my camera does, but if it doesn't, then I do apologize in advance. So any of these, this and Protopic actually, this and that and Protopic, which they're also something I wouldn't recommend personally for me. I know they are supposed to be non-steroidal treatments, but they're supposed to obviously treat the eczema as the steroidal treatments do. I haven't tried it, wouldn't advise it, but it's up to you. Again, like I said, go back to your dermatologist if you're not understanding things, or just kind of do your own research and read a bit more. But these are some of like the steroids, especially if you have used any of these steroids that we used in the past, then I would encourage you to I would encourage you to stop. I would encourage you to stop steroids. I'll keep saying it until people consider alternatives. If you use any of those steroids, then of course, like I would say, stop that and maybe rethink about it, do some more research, and make a decision that will definitely be a lifelong decision, not something that is suppressing the issue. Okay, so that's what steroids do. Steroids suppress the issue, and we want to move away from that in the hope that we also don't have to put our kids through immunosuppressant treatments, which are also not guaranteed, and hence why, like I said, for us, I had to, the fact that they could not guarantee the fact that if she started Dupixent, for example, or she started phototherapy, or she started methotrexate, that it would actually help her. Yeah, that's why I was just like, let's forget about it. And let's get into creams and creams that I have used and that I would recommend. Now, this is an ointment, Hydromol. Absolutely love this one. I would encourage anyone. I wash with it. If your child has a soap allergy like mine does, absolutely go with it. Put it, use it in the bath, lather it all over the body, scrub them. Put it all over the body before they have that bleach bath, let them soak, and then scrub the skin down. I love this. I've used this for wet wraps. I use this when she goes to, now that she's going to swimming. So now that she's swimming, we're also not doing as bleach baths weekly as we were before. So maybe every 2 weeks, or if I notice she's been around like a really dirty space, for example, like during summer camps, for example, then I might give her a bleach bath once a week just to make sure. Yeah, but again, I would say Hydromol, love it. They've also got like a liquid that you can put in the water and they can soak in for 10 minutes. I need to find it, but probably I can add that in the other video. So I would recommend Hydromol ointment. I would also recommend for flares, and I did try this brand as well, but yeah, just to be fair with you, like, I don't want to say it didn't, because we were trying this product while she was still in the early stages of her TSW. So we tried this for about 8 months, and to be fair with you, like, I did not see any difference. I used to moisturize her with this, and they also have a liquid, it's like an oil that you pour in the water. We also used that for about 8 months, and to be fair with you, did not see a difference. But like I said, just because you are moisturizing or whatever you decide to do during TSW, or whatever your eczema journey is, or whether you're big on moisturizing, I don't think it will matter, because I think I want people to differentiate the two. So when you're just managing eczema, it's not the same as when your child is going through topical steroid withdrawal. The skin is completely different. It's oozing. With TSW, the really intensive stage is the oozing. The skin is peeling. It's constantly, like, the skin barrier is literally healing. So that's also different. So yeah, I would say just be mindful and be mindful of that. Our favorite product that I would say for flares and natural alternative, we use this for a very long time. Actually, I used this for about a year. Again, this is during her worst stages, or even after the worst stages of TSW, whenever she'll get like a flare here and there. So when the summer first comes around, or winter, we would apply this Bioskin Junior. Yeah, we used to use this, and then I would put the zinc over over it, and this product worked really well. They also have, like, obviously an adult version that you can get, but yeah, I would say I would definitely recommend it. I would recommend it as a natural alternative, especially for flares, like severe eczema. And yeah, you can put it on, and then you can add like a thick moisturizer, like an Hydromol afterwards, maybe like 5-10 minutes after you've applied it to the skin. It's up to you. Another product that I would recommend is this one. We absolutely loved this product after I think she reacted to this one. I don't know if you guys can see it. I really need to get my camera back. Yes, so when she reacted to that cream, we basically found this out of control cream. It's really great for her flares. It did not sting, and yeah, like, I just think it was, it's quite moisturizing as well. So this is one of those that I would recommend. Another one that we had tried was this, which I think it's a Korean brand. I kid you not, guys, like, there is nothing I have not tried. But yeah, we tried this product as well. We didn't really, I won't say I didn't really find it helpful, but I don't know, I didn't really see a difference after like 3 buys of the product. So, but then again, I want people to be mindful. Like, there was a time when I got this product, was just before she actually caught a staph infection, and yeah, everything went back to zero. We went back to square one, because everything was stinging her skin again. Her skin was very sore and very inflamed, and yeah, so I don't want to judge that product so much because, to be honest with you, I was attempting to use it during a very difficult time, during a very tricky, which was she had her staph infection, lasted like 6 weeks. So yeah, this as well, I did try this, which is meant to be like a calming cream by Palmer's, and this one as well, didn't agree with her to this day. Like if I do try to apply it anywhere, she says like there's a stinging sensation that she gets. I saw was this one, which I know everybody's recommended this brand. So this, she's okay with the sun cream in that, but yeah, that cream to this day, just if I apply it anywhere, she'll just itch and scratch compared to the other ones. Now in terms of like maintenance creams, actually this is another one as well. Like I had bought this, we tried this for about 6 months. The Ocean healed my eczema, and to be fair with you, this as well, we did not see any differences, any changes in her skin since she was using it. And again, this was at the peak of her TSW, where her skin was constantly inflamed, constantly shedding, and it just didn't do anything for us, unfortunately. So yeah, I would say that those are some of the top of the creams that we used. But as we have, I would say, the last 8 months, I think this is another cream I would also recommend, this brand or this cream. They've also got like a pump bottle which we have, but I used to buy these small ones just to put them in the bags, so because obviously you're constantly on the go and I can't all the time carry like big pump bottles. And yeah, so I would recommend this brand as well. And another note, like if you are using any oat creams, please do avoid, like if you are giving them oat baths, then do not also use an oat cream basically straight after. Do one or the other basically. Don't do both at the same time, because that's not great for the skin integrity. It was something I learned, so I'll hope to share it with you guys. I would also recommend a natural zinc. Like you see, people keep asking me like, what were you applying on her skin? I would say I was applying, I hope if you guys can see it, but the zinc paste, which is a like 40% zinc. It's quite intense and it's vegan as well, so it's quite natural. Yeah, it's all natural. So zinc is supposed to help the skin, like the cracked skin or the wounds on the skin, heal a lot quicker. And yeah, you also want to avoid infection. So if you apply just thinly to where the cracked skin is, honestly, this is our baby. This was our baby that it got us through TSW, because like again, like I said, the skin is constantly opening and oozing. So any areas where they have that inflammation, I would advise you to get you a zinc paste. Okay, get you a zinc paste. Another brand that I would say we have tried is the Balmain's, which is the Skin Salvation. I think you guys may have seen this one. If you haven't, then yes, I would also recommend this one. Shout out to my friend, because he first got it and he recommended it. We tried it. It was great. I can't complain. So yeah, we've also kind of slowly introduced it and it's been great. I won't complain. It's also, I buy the small one simply because we were still trying to introduce it into her routine that she currently has now. And yeah, at the moment I would say it's going well. It's just at the moment I'm kind of like at a crossroads, because I have been very committed, very dedicated. Okay, now that we're no longer in the inflamed stages of TSW, we haven't been doing wet wraps in like a good 6 months. So it's like she's kind of out of the wet wraps, and for the first time last summer into this winter. So I'm really been loving this moisturizer. I love the bath bomb. Like I love this moisturizer is very thick. It's just great. Like it's just ideal for dry skin. So if you know that your child's eczema is very dry, I think for us it was just great, because honestly, like it was, yeah, her coming out of that really inflamed stage of TSW into, her skin repairing. This has really been, it was a great introduction to when her skin stopped shedding, and she was still being wet wrapped at the time, but I started using this instead of the bug balm, because there was a lot of like dry flaky areas that started to come out. So when I introduced this was so great. But like I said, I still use the Hydromol to wash her skin, and then I also use this before she goes to swimming. So she applies this on her skin before she goes into the water. Yeah, which I would say this one here, I really love it. Another thing that I would really recommend is this spray, which is, it's a antibacterial spray that you want to, when they've had a wash, you want to spray all over their body, because again, we are doing every single thing possible for them not to catch any skin infections. So I would advise you to get you this spray. You can get this off Amazon. So I get it. I have this in her bag. Every bag has one that she takes with her, which is, yeah, at least I have like 3. So I also have one in my bag, because sometimes when we're out and about and she washes her hands, as you guys know, like her hand eczema was really bad. Anything to avoid like her catching anything, because sometimes she does get triggered in the summer, so it will come up as like spots under the skin and then they'll burst. So just making sure that her hands are constantly, yeah, clean, and there's antibacterial protection. So that's one. Those are some of my favorites that I would recommend. I have also introduced like a Korean cream, which I'm still trying to gauge it. It's been really good. It's really like kept her skin moisturized, but I think I don't want to recommend it just yet until I can say that, yeah. But for now, I would say please, before you think about creams, I want you to remember that creams are the least of your worries. Yes, you want to moisturize because it's in us that we have to always moisturize our skin. But I think the most important thing for you to do, and I would like to leave you with, which is what I'm big on, is please make sure that you have eliminated your child's allergies and intolerances out of their diet before you creams. Doesn't matter how many creams you buy and you try, which I've tried them all, okay? Yes, let the focus always to be to eliminate first and focus on diet as well, and then you can always try different creams once the skin is not in an active cycle, okay? So I'll leave you with that, and if you have any questions, please kindly share, like, and comment down below. Thank you. See you next week. Bye.